You like the top or you just like to lose? Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got to prove. You gotta choose, make a choice. I need 100 pack for my boys. These be hating and talking and hating. I bet you I kill the noise. I've been a man like I'm painting. I boost up my rating. You know how I play with toys. Pop out on any occasion, get standing ovations. They can't help it.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This defense for the Dolphins, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers. 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
2 yards on the pickup there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Tua. Being chased out left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's going to find his tight end. That's Hunter Long. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number, and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. The Dolphins at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Pats are going to have it here just past the 25.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. Mayfield on play action. Got a man, it's Tyquan Thornton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. It's their 3rd drive now, and so far we've seen them punt. In that 2nd drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay the rest of the way.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Mayfield now. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing, Mayfield. Quick completion to Henry. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Here's Jake Bailey now. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Pats at the line ready to go. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the 1st half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Mayfield. Complete. It's Henry. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, Mayfield. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Channing Tindall. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick 6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead, still in the 1st half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick 6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by Channing Tindall. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted. Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense can go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it is 28-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Mayfield's throw into the hands of Henry here.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 43. Mayfield off the play fake. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
And again, it's Mayfield.
And he gets this to Thornton.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a give. Running left is Harris. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 23 yards, the final tally.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. A great effort there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Patriots get a bit closer.
Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
On the return, Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
But one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. Dillon now off the option.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. They juked him, and he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Second and 4.
Dillon up the middle. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2.
Now, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
They run again with Dillon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
A.J. Dillon,
a 10-yard touchdown run. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
And right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Play fake, Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl quarterback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And a round is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them.
And my goodness, another interception.
now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. Out route, and this is Henry with a catch. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one good for 13 at a New England first down. From the gun, Mayfield. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 2nd and 11. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. The CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're... Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee you he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Third quarter starts with a run from Mostert. And some room to maneuver. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 41 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame.
And am I seeing this correctly? They brought out the field goal team here on first down.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add onto their lead. So tack on 3 more, though this, it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great, too.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From just shy of midfield, Mayfield. He completes it to Henry. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Mayfield looks to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off Byron Jones. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 38 yards on the scamper there. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, 21.6 miles per hour. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
They go play action. Mayfield finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got him in, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
Mayfield now from the 50.
Yeah, that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Now Hill to return it.
There he goes, right side. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this is going to set up 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line. The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So he's got another field goal. His 4th now in the game. He's making it look easy out there.
He certainly is, and they're always aiming for a swing of the leg that repeats under pressure, right? So nothing's different. He's got that right now because confidence is breeding confidence.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Mayfield. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything. And here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour.
Mayfield on play action. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college. So sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks.
And he returns this to the 22. The Pats at the line, ready to go. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. New England on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Jason Sanders now for the Miami field goal. From the right hash here. Should be an easy one. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. This one to Bourne out on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Over the middle, complete. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Now the Patriots going to use one of their... It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Here we go.
down to about the 45.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
3rd and long, Thompson. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Well, after that last sequence, they're sitting pretty comfortably. They force the fumble, get the field goal, and expand on that lead here in the second half.
And don't expect them to rest on their laurels after that kick either. They'll keep their effort up until the final whistle. They don't consider any lead safe.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way they're...
And now here's another interception. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. Well, they come through with 3 after forcing the turnover. But CD's second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and it finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Out left and complete to Thornton. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 35. Mayfield with it once more. This complete to Henry over the middle. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield down. And this one too low.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Derek Brown drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And my goodness, another interception. picked off by Keion Crossen. And the Dolphins are going to take over here up near the 40.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Well, fans usually love to see